So it is super common that people do all of this beautiful work on the ground, your Kinstretch 90-90, your PRI hip pullbacks, but then you go vertical and you drop off your glutes and all of this good healthy tension at the back, and you go into your quad and end up with a pancake bum. So when this happens, you have to regress. We want the right tension biasing. You want to feel it in the right place. But you don't want to regress all the way down to the floor. And that is where I love this split squat hover position. First, some nice right angles, and I usually put a soft block under the knee. Toes are tucked. Now we're going to start inviting the foot to the party, which means I don't want a vertical shin angle. I want it inclined forwards. This is going to load the foot. Just make sure you set up your foot first. Do you want a pyramid? Do you want your tripod? Do you want that lemniscat? Set it up. Make sure your toes aren't clawing, and then load it. Once you've got that, you are going to square your hips. You are going to hinge at your hip. We're going to start to get maximum length at the back of this target hip. You are also going to turn your pelvis, so like your belly button is shining a light towards that target hip, even more length at the back of the hip. Lastly, your hands are going to come out onto that outer side, and I want you to reach with this contralateral arm. Now the reach is going to bring the ribs back, which helps you to get that left hip deep into its socket. Now if you've got all that, let's go up into our hover. So is your shin angle still forward? That's going to be the first thing to go. Are your toes still straight, or are they clawing? Is your pelvis still rotated? Stick that hip back into the side. Rotate that pelvis. Hinge, nice, beautiful straight spine, and breathe. This is also an awesome position to add to pails and rails. So pails would be your knee driving into your arms. Feels so good. And rails would be pull yourself more into that AFIR, that hip internal rotation as the pelvis sweeps around. Now you're ready to take it fully vertical and see if you can load your leg without this dropping off. Quick pro tip, the less that this is lengthened, the harder it's going to be to find this as a reference site. You need to feel this. So if you can't, regress to a position where this is in more of a lengthened state, and then slowly progress to positions where you're not as lengthened.